Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Ask Mandopony, and I just want to say I'm really sorry that this episode is late. Normally I make this a Friday thing, but this week I was really busy helping out some friends in a 48-hour game jam. I did the music and I did the sound effects for it, and it's a really cool game. I'm hoping that you guys will be able to get a chance to check it out. I will post an update video later if it is made available to the general public. It was a lot of fun. We actually did win a prize, and yeah, it was great, but that's what kept me busy for the last day, 2 days actually, so that's why this is late. In order to make up for it, I'm going to be answering more questions than normal because you guys had a lot of really great ones, and yeah, so let's just dive right in with the first question, shall we? Layden Andrew asks, why did you the Chica song? Well, Layden, I'm gonna let my good pal Quentin Tarantino take this one. Take it away.
Because it's so much fun, Jan. Get it?
Pretty much sums it up. I just did it because it was silly and because it was a funny idea and it made me laugh. And if it made anybody else laugh, then mission successful. Completed. Accomplished. All three of those things is what the mission is now. So yeah. And I wanted to see what Orlando Fox would draw. And I wasn't disappointed. Breves to MLP asks, Dear Mandopony, can you explain in as few words as possible why Five Nights at Freddy's is so popular? Great characters, great story, simple and engaging gameplay. It's terrifying, but kids can play it. I think that's why it's so popular. BronyGirl39 asks, can you do a Pikachu impression? Make it adorable. 1 second. Pikachu! Juliana Luckabaugh asks, and I apologize if I mispronounced that name, what advice do you have for violin? Well, my advice for violin, I have a couple of tips. I was trying to think back to when I played violin, which was a little while ago, but don't press down super hard on the strings because that will always lead to that sort of, sound which nobody wants. Try to apply as little pressure as possible when bowing. Definitely work on bowing a lot because that's where all your sound comes from, and I think that it's even like more important than in some ways than your left hand fingers. And for me, when I started learning how to play the violin, I was taught to hold it at the thicker end right on the frog of the bow, which is like the wide part, but you can usually just hold, the handle part, like the thinner part. That's where I usually end up holding the bow. I don't know. It's a bad way for me to describe it. Maybe I'll have some graphics going over here so I can illustrate my point a bit better. Basically, I just found that even though when I was starting, it tells you to hold the frog, of the bow in a certain way. That was really difficult for me, so I just held it at a different spot, and it seemed to work better. So those are my tips. Also, never stop practicing because learning the violin is a lifelong endeavor and it's totally worth it. But yeah, it's a lot of work. So best of luck. Hope that helps, maybe? Janlita F asks, what's your fave FNAF ship? No! Sunil Nation 98 asks, hi Mandopony, I have a huge music question. So, I've been working on some new material for my voice acting / music channel called Voxbox or Mic on the Mic. I've got a song completed, completely mixed and everything instrumental wise, but there is an issue. My range can't touch it. Should I trash the song or see if I can find a way in Audacity to transpose it? If you can answer this, that would be really helpful to me. Thank you. Well, Sunil, I would say try transposing it like one semitone at a time instead of like jumping, like say you need to lower the key like 2 whole tones or like three tones or something. Try transposing it one semitone at a time so that the jump isn't as extreme. Sometimes I find that makes the transposition of audio files less like choppy. It makes it a little bit easier. If you've put all this work into it already, I would definitely try to save it and just get it in a range that works best for you. Really, the best advice I can give is to start writing songs in a lower key than you think is good for your voice, because that's a problem that I've had in the past, is just wanting to sing songs higher than I should or that I can. Because there's no shame in being a baritone, but there is shame in singing way outside of your range when you shouldn't, and that's something that I've had to learn the hard way. But anyways, I hope that helps a little bit. Definitely don't trash it. Keep working on it. And I wish you the best of luck, man. Francisco Fox asks, opinion on furries? Furries are fine. I've never had an issue with them or a problem with them or anything. I think that any subgenre or like any fandom or whatever, whether it's furries or bronies for that matter, or people who are into anime or comic books or Sherlock or Steven Universe, like one group of fans of something should not, attack another group of fans because it's related to content that they don't like. We're all in some capacity nerds and geeks, and we're all, and in my mind, being a nerd or being a geek is just being someone with unbridled passion towards something, and that should never be looked down upon by anyone. I don't think. Like, as long as you're being respectful and kind to one another, you shouldn't. There's no reason for you to get hate. So like, I don't know. I feel like if you love something, then just love it. And if you are a part of any fandom, even if it's one that has negative sides, and they all have negative sides, they all have darker sides, they all have sides that, aren't great. But no one is better than one another. No one is worse than one another. We're all in this together. So I don't have a negative opinion on furries. There's some great furry art out there. I'm just not, a member of the community. It's fine. They're fine. Anna the Waffle asks, would you like fan art? If so, what kind? I love fan art. I love it, love it, love it. I don't get it very often, but when I do, I'm always appreciative, and it's always fun. Whatever you want to send, or whatever anybody wants to send, is totally cool with me. Go for it. LPS Rubik's Cube asks, sup dude, I have a question. What do you do when you get hate? Like, does it hurt you, or do you just shrug it off, or something like that? Because I get some hate on my videos because I'm 9. One of your biggest fans, LPS Rubik's Cubes. Dude, it's never fun to get hate. It's never fun. Like, you can shrug it off, and you can laugh it off, and you can choose to not let it get you down. But even people with the thickest skin, they feel it. I feel it. It happens. The important thing is to just not let it stop you from creating. People who hate on you will just continue to trash things because that's what they do. Just don't take it personally, and don't ever let it stop you from pursuing what you love. Ever, because it's really not worth it. There will always be mean-spirited people out there, but the world needs more content creators, and if you're going to be one of those people, then don't let the mean-spirited people stop you. Just keep doing your thing, and just let it go. Just let it go, let it go. Can't hear you haters anymore. YouTube Poop Master asks, why aren't you doing any pony stuff anymore? You just quit without telling anybody. Well, this is a question I have answered quite a few times, so I'm not going to answer it again, but I will address this. I think the worst possible thing in the world for me to have done would have been, that's it, I'm quitting pony music. I'm out of here. Ugh. It's just not something that anyone should ever do. So it was either quietly and quickly, just move on to something else, or be a drama seeker, and that's not who I am. So that's why I didn't make an announcement. Seal Summer Fox asks, hello, I'm French. Bonjour. Can you do a quick guitar solo? Thanks. No guitarist is capable of doing a quick guitar solo. Natalie Rodgers asks, I doubt you'll ever read or even see this comment, but it would be awesome if you did. You've really inspired me to start making music, believe in myself, have confidence, and let the whole world hear my voice. Thank you kindly for this inspiration. Now continue being you and let the whole world see your success as a person. Thanks for everything, Natalie Rodgers. Natalie, you are very, very welcome. That's the best thing that I can ever hear from you guys, is that I have inspired you to get back into music or start doing art, or that I have helped you somehow believe in yourself. Like, I've had people make comments before saying that, like, they are, they see my videos or they hear my music and they think, oh, I can never be that good. But that's really, and it discourages them. But that is so not what I'm going for. I want to put stuff out there to inspire people, and if anything, to make them realize, hey, that guy's doing it, I can do that too. And if I gave you that, then that's awesome. So thank you for letting me know. It really means a lot to me. Feather May PMV asks, Dear Mando, what if you found out one of your best friends was a fake/bad friend? What would you do? Please answer me. I really need help with my best friend. Your faithful fan, Feather May PMV. This is a tough one. I've had this happen before. About 7 or 8 years ago. It turned out that a friend was not really a friend, and I think the most important thing to remember is you don't. If someone is negatively affecting you, they don't have to be your friend. Like, you can make that decision to just not have someone in your life that is bringing you down, or is hurting you, or is a fake. Don't feel guilty. It will hurt, because it always hurts to lose a friend, either because they leave or they are just not who they said they were. And it's really hard, but don't sacrifice yourself in order to preserve something that isn't worth it, because it's too taxing, it's too stressful, and it sucks. And I wish you the best, because it's never a fun situation to go through. But just remember that you deserve better than friends who aren't really your friends. So, yeah, you can make that choice. And I hope that you make the choice that's right for you. So, good luck. Jagr Lawrence asks, I've noticed that you seem to take interest in many different types of video games, such as FNAF, Smash Brothers, Minecraft. What would you say is your favorite game genre, or favorite game? And would you agree that Nintendo is the best at just about everything? I wouldn't go that far. I like Nintendo a lot. Like, it's probably my favorite, game developer company, whatever. But I wouldn't say they're the best at everything, by far. They do a lot of things right, but they mess up a lot of other stuff. Probably my most favorite genres are, like, first-person shooters, actually. I really love shooter games and action games, and I love JRPGs. I like strategy games, simulation games, all sorts of stuff. Like, it's as hard to pick as, what's your favorite genre of music? I love them all. There are good and bad songs in every genre. There are good and bad games in every genre. So I try to just keep an open mind, and, yeah, I like them all. Allie Wales asks 2 great questions, and I'm going to try to answer both of them. 1, would you take ideas from the public to make songs if they gave you permission, of course? And 2, how can you make so many songs and keep up with your personal life? Well, Allie, I would love to take ideas from the public. I have in the past, asked for song names, and then, I would challenge myself to write a song with, that song title, which is always fun, and I might do that again sometime. So, yeah, thanks for reminding me about that. Secondly, keeping up with a personal life, it's always difficult to balance work and your personal life. But I've got a good relationship. I have a wonderful wife who, understands that I have to put a lot of work into what I do. So she's understanding. But honestly, I don't have a lot of friends that I just sit and chat with. So I don't have much of a personal life outside of 3 or 4 really good friends. And, you know, they all know that I'm busy all the time, and they understand. And it's just one of those things you've got to... I do a lot of work, but I also try to set aside time for, you know, having some sort of a social life, which is still important. It's difficult, but it's something that you learn to do. Ethereal Comedian asks, ever thought about kidnapping Chris Pratt and impersonating him? Hollywood would never know the difference. Lenny face. Oh, they would know the difference as soon as I took off my shirt. Believe me. That One Gamer asks, Dear Mandopony, have you ever considered doing a Call of Duty song? If you were to do one, I'd probably die of happiness. Sincerely, That One Gamer. Well, now I'm worried that if I make one, you're gonna die, so, I don't know. I haven't really been inspired by the series to make a song. But that being said, I haven't really played a Call of Duty game in a long time. So if I were to pick up one of the more recent games and it inspired me to make a song, you know, I don't know, maybe that might happen. But as of now, I probably wouldn't. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe a 20% chance, 30% chance. Sorry. DisneyFaller02 asks, your house looks amazing, I love your shirt. How often do you write songs, and how long does it take to make them, including making background music and making up lyrics? This is something that changes from song to song, for sure. You know, sometimes songs will, you know, I can write them in an afternoon. There are other songs that I've, you know, written and made that take a lot longer, like a week or two to finish. And I mean just strictly the composing part, not even like tracking the song or, you know, recording the song and mixing the song. That can all take a lot longer as well. Just writing the song. So yeah, it's a case-by-case basis. Usually my best songs are the ones that I'll write in like 15 minutes. You know, that being said, there's nothing wrong with spending a long time writing a song. It's just, it changes from time to time. There is no set length amount of time at all. It's crazy. Meme from HH asks, Hey Mando, will you upload an instrumental of Nothing Can Hurt Me? You did upload an instrumental of all the other FNAF songs you made, so why not this one? Well, the reason why I haven't done that is because the chorus is all like a cappella vocals, so if I were to remove the vocals from that song, it would just be silence throughout all of that and only piano for the rest of it. So that's the reason why I haven't put out the instrumental version. Maybe I'll make another arrangement someday where that's not an issue, but as of now, it's not something I'm too focused on. Sorry about that. The Real Brony Stark, Brony Stark, nice, asks, Can you play the mandolin? Please! Why not? My mandolin's not there. My mandolin is over here. It's out of tune, but oh, there's a little bit. Ian Nofziger, Fez Cthulhu, I'm guessing, says, or asks, you've been showing up in vids with The Completionist and Matt Pat, really awesome by the way, and are talking about collabs with Nate Wants to Battle. Big names for the interwebs at least. I'm just curious, are you going to be making the convention circuits next year for video games or ponies like BronyCon or SGC? I would love to see you perform live one of these days. I would love to go to more gaming conventions specifically. I just, you know, haven't had time recently. But I will be talking to my network about getting me to more conventions, and if you really want to see me at a specific convention, tell them. And, you know, maybe they'll get in touch with me, and maybe they will bring me there, so, yeah. The Wasp King 00 asks, how do you find the courage to sing? My reason for asking is that I like to sing, and I'm actually good. It's just that whenever I sing in front of someone, I end up choking, and I haven't been practicing because of that. Can you give me any amount of advice to help me? Also, I've attempted to contact you in the past via Tumblr, and I assume you never go on it. It's true. I don't really use Tumblr as much as I probably should in order to stay up to date with questions and stuff. But as for this, I was terrified like the first 5 years of my life performing live. It's always scary and it's always rough. This may not be what you want to hear, but you really just have to go out there and do it. It wasn't until I started getting experience in musical theater that I really got over it, at all. And it still gets me. Like, I still get nervous when I perform because I want to do a good job, and I'm nervous that I won't. I think that if you're nervous, it means you care, and that's a good thing. Just don't let it stop you. You've got to go out there and do it, even if you are scared and even if you are going to choke. You've just got to go out there. You got to have those bad experiences and you got to get past them. I've been on stage and I've forgotten lyrics. I've messed up the words. I've dropped microphones. I've broken strings. I've dropped instruments. I've dropped picks. Microphones have gone out. Lights have gone out. Everything bad that can happen has happened to me live, and I know that I can survive them, and I know that you can too. So there's nothing to be afraid of as long as your goal is to just make people smile and make people happy, because even if things don't go according to plan, you can still be entertaining, and that's the important part. So yeah, that's all I can say. Just go out there, do it. You're gonna mess up, you're gonna fail, but you're gonna get better too, and it's always worth it. So yeah, do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. Vixen the Pirate Fox asks, Mando, you inspired me to start writing songs even if they suck. You also inspired me to improve my singing voice, so thank you. That is great to hear. The first 1,000 songs I wrote were probably all really bad, and everybody has to write those bad songs in order to get to the good ones, and it's always worth it. You just got to keep working on it and know that you will never attain perfection, but there's nothing wrong with always shooting for it, because that way you'll always improve. And yeah, just keep at it. I'm glad I could help inspire you. That's awesome. Mr. Wolfcraft Plays asks, hey Mandopony, blah, 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 I can't talk. Hey Mandopony, do you use Bandicam to record your gameplay vids? And if not, what do you use? I do use Bandicam. It seems to be, excuse me. Ugh, that was so gross, excuse me. It seems to be the most stable and reliable and efficient and frankly affordable method of recording. So yeah, that's what I use. Jeffrey Precht asks, your MLP songs got me curious about the fandom, but since you stopped making them, my interest had dwindled. I like the creativity and openness of the fandom, but I don't know whether or not it's something I'd enjoy. I've only seen the first few episodes of the show, and I'm not sure if it's something I can get all that excited about. I'm on the fence about joining the MLP fandom, and I was hoping you could help me make a decision. Should I make more of an effort to get involved in the My Little Pony fandom? And if I do decide to become a brony, are there any other MLP musicians who I should listen to? Dude, there are so many great brony musicians, I can't even list them all, from Acoustic Brony to Tombstone's older stuff to Black Griffin to even like Glaze, Mike the Microphone, all those older guys, and there are so many new musicians that I don't even know about because it's so hard to keep up with them. There's a lot of great music there, and yeah, it's worth it, if you want to get involved. But really, I can't tell you to join a fandom. I can't tell you whether that's right or wrong for you. It's something that if you want to do, then you should do it. But if you don't think that you like the show enough to join the fandom, then don't. I think that it's something that has to be natural. You've got to really want it, and yeah, let your conscience be your guide, as Jiminy Cricket says. If it's something you think you should do, then do it. If not, it's not worth it. Noah Castillo asks, on a scale of 1 to 15, how would you feel if someone were to give you a record deal? It would depend on the someone, on the deal itself, on the label. I really don't see that being in my future at all, because I really enjoy being an independent artist and I really enjoy working on YouTube. I just don't think that's something that I will do. I'd much rather just release whatever I want, whenever I want, with no restrictions and no control from a label, for you guys to enjoy. And I like having the option to give you guys free music and let you guys enjoy music for free. And I may not be able to do that if I'm signed to a record company or whatever. I don't know. It's just not something that interests me anymore. I found a way to make it work on my own, thanks to you guys. And I'm happy. So, yeah. Well, guys, that was a whole lot of questions and a whole lot of answers, and I'm glad that you guys, are enjoying this series and are asking me all of these great questions. Please keep the conversation going. Feel free to ask me anything else that you'd like to have answered, and maybe next week I will answer your question. So leave it in the comments below, and I will see you guys later. Take care, and bye-bye. Toodaloo.